Comfort, comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem, and cry to her that her warfare is ended, her iniquity pardoned. My brothers and sisters in Christ, these words from the prophet Isaiah are the inspiration for what we heard this past Sunday. The announcement of the voice crying out in the desert as John the Baptist appeared in the scene. The account in Luke's Gospel proclaiming John the Baptist invoking these words of the voice crying out in the desert were an invocation of these very words from the letter, or from the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 40, a chapter that begins what scholars call Deutero-Isaiah, a later part if the early parts, the first 39 chapters of Isaiah, are from the pre-exilic prophet. In chapter 40, it begins to be written during the time of the exile. And so the people of Israel, utterly devastated, off in their captivity, are wondering, what next? What is to come of us? Is everything lost? Has God abandoned us? And these words of comfort come through the prophet. Comfort, comfort my people. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem. A voice cries in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord. Make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be lifted up, and every mountain and hill made low. The uneven ground shall become level, and the rough places a plain. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see the salvation of God. And it goes on and on from here. But these words, we focused more on the figure of John the Baptist on Sunday as the forerunner, the one proclaiming the advent of the Lord. But these words that he fulfills from the prophet Isaiah are words that are pertinent to us even now. Words spoken to comfort a devastated people, a people wondering, are they abandoned? Is everything lost? Will things ever be good again? In a sense, will the sun ever shine on us again? And the prophet says, yes, the Lord has not abandoned you. The Lord comes in power, and he comes to save you. This may sound like a common refrain in the scriptures, but if we can put ourselves in the shoes of the people hearing this message, then we can immediately see the application for ourselves. For whatever place of devastation we find ourselves in, our hardships and our sufferings, our losses, whether it's of people, of jobs, of situations, the things that have seemingly gone wrong, the places of grief in our lives, those times when we just don't see the path forward. And the Lord speaks to us and says, comfort, comfort my people. The Lord comes, and salvation, all flesh will see my salvation. I come in power for you. Yes, these words ultimately speak to the coming of Christ for us, but not just in terms of a prophecy that will be fulfilled historically, but they're words that speak to the Lord coming to us now, that wherever we find ourselves, whatever devastation, there is no place so dark, so deep, that is outside of the reach of the saving power of God. And not just that he can, but that he will, and he does, act on our behalf. The advent of the Lord is upon us. God's saving power is in our midst. The hand is outstretched. And so the invitation comes, the one that will echo this upcoming Sunday, Gaudete Sunday. Rejoice. Rejoice, because the salvation of the Lord is upon you. My brothers and sisters, as we celebrate the memorial of St. Ambrose, the great doctor of the church, the theological giant of the 4th century, may we rejoice in the goodness of God to us. Rejoice in the face of anything difficult in our lives, because we know that we rest securely in the palm of the Father's hand. May God bless you all.